For those of you who have a desire to succeed through the collaborative efforts of others, this one is for you. And the truth is, success through people is the only enduring success I know of. But the question in front of us today is, how do we build a winning team? And the topic for today's summary, which comes from my upcoming book, Unlock Your Possibilities, has been titled Leadership in Action, Building a Winning Team. So fasten your seatbelt and let's go on this journey together. Now, whether it's Sir Richard Branson of the Virgin Group, Tim Cook of Apple, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, or Elon Musk of Tesla Motors, the success of any organization hinges on the ability of its leader to coalesce a team of individuals with the sole aim of seeing the organization reach its goal and fulfill its purpose. And now each of these individuals has shown an ability to do just that. Hire the right group of people with the common goal of advancing their organizations to the highest level of success in their industries. But why build a team? That's really the question. The real question to ask, though, is if there is someone as smart and ingenious as Bill Gates is, why would he need a team to start and grow Microsoft Corporation? Why couldn't he have done it alone? The reality, though, is a leader who wishes to be successful needs a dynamic team for several reasons, the least of which is the entity's ability to grow, scale, and thrive in ways impossible to achieve with the efforts of a single individual, irrespective of the individual's talents or abilities. But building high-performing teams takes leadership, true leadership. It takes knowing people and how to manage people and their egos, a process that often demands attention and recognition of the individual's efforts of members. Building high-performing teams requires leaders to invest and to cultivate a considerable amount of time, energy, and effort with each team member. The leader does so with the intent to know how each team member's competencies fit with the core values of the organization. Another reason for investing time in a team member is to know the team member from a deeper perspective, to understand what's important to the team member. In other words, what the member values the most. Now, from the outset, leaders must establish a relationship of trust and earn loyalty from each member. Fail to understand people and the things that make them tick, then you might as well just dismantle the team. This is the key to building winning teams, because it is people that will ultimately take the leader and the organization to the top. Therefore, I would advise you, I would suggest to you to not ignore the feelings of individual team members, their emotions, and other subtle messages they often send. You cannot easily snap back and let your ego get in the way when a team member vents their frustrations. You must try to understand why the outbursts. Bear in mind that you are the one that's expected to take the hits, to take the hits, the negatives from team members, and to turn them into positives for the advancements of the organization. Remember, too, that team building is a long-term investment in people and processes. You should not be looking for the quick payoff. Be prepared, though, to be in it for the long haul. Whatever you do, though, keep the boat afloat and moving. Maintain your calm. With that being said, let me summarize for you some of what the chapter covers in the book. And this is simply, strategies for building winning teams. So let me start with strategy number 1. Set clear but reasonable expectations. Team members, especially incoming ones, need to know through the leader what the organization expects of them. Alan Lloyd McGinnis, a personal and professional development coach, is absolutely correct when he asserts that you must expect the best from the people you lead. He sums up his leadership expectations of subordinates by reminding leaders that, and I quote, deep in the breast of everyone, there is a drive to achieve something, to be somebody. And therein lies a wonderful entry point for the motivator. If you tap into that drive and demonstrate that you believe in the people's future, they will do almost anything to live up to your expectations. And they will work harder for you than for anyone else in the world. Also, it is your responsibility as the leader of the team, of the organization, to provide clarity wherein it's deemed necessary. Whether it's sales volume, gross receipts, monthly home sales, monthly church attendance, staff punctuality, or display of respect for each other, you need to make such expectations clear to team members. Strategy number 2, promote an appreciation for cultural differences. As the leader of your group or organization, it is important for you to establish an organizational culture that appreciates everyone's uniqueness, the diversity that each member brings to the organization. Because lurking in such diversity can lie the unique strengths the organization would need to leverage in order to grow. For that reason, the organization's culture needs to be appreciated and be made explicit to members, to all members. And finally, you must also understand that effective leaders create a culture that others want to emulate. I urge you, therefore, to create one that you can be proud of. Now, strategy number 3. Give prompt and expeditious feedback. As the leader of the team, your responsibility is to give prompt and expeditious feedback to your team's inquiries. There's nothing worse to a subordinate than a leader who takes all the time to respond to the subordinate's requests, which might be an important piece of his work. Strategy number 4. Team leaders are good motivators. John Quincy Adams, the 6th President of the United States, once said this about leaders, that, and I quote, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader, close quote. Please be a good motivator to the people that you lead. Make every effort to inspire them to be better in their personal and professional lives. You and your organization succeed when the people around you succeed. Strategy number 5, practice listening and promote brainstorming among team members. A successful team leader is a good listener. He or she listens and focuses on the speaker without interruption. In other words, they simply listen and remain actively engaged with the speaker by asking follow-up questions. As a good listener, you must respect the speaker even if you disagree with them. in the end, you want to make the speaker feel respected and understood. That's what helps keep the team intact. Also, it is important that you promote brainstorming among team members in order to stir creativity. Sometimes the best ideas come from the least expected sources. Promoting brainstorming and meaningful debate among team members enable members to feel comfortable speaking to each other. That's what fosters camaraderie among team members. In my own business, I often ask staff members to break into groups and brainstorm all in search of a solution to a problem. You would be amazed how many great ideas can come from such activities. Strategy number 6. Most organizations that fail because their leaders do not trust the people they lead to do their work and to do it diligently and autonomously. Bad leaders often delegate tasks to their subordinates just to turn around and meddle with the way the subordinate performs the task. Coach Jim Larinaga is the head coach of the University of Miami's Hurricanes basketball team. Coach Larinaga has had an illustrious career over his years of coaching. Recently, in the pre-game interview leading up to the March 26, 2023 Elite 8 NCAA basketball match against the Texas Longhorns, Coach Larinaga said this about his training philosophy, that the approach that's made him successful over his long coaching career is to train, then trust. And I quote, to train, then trust. Meaning, he trains his basketball team and then trusts the decisions players make during playtime and on the court. And without a doubt that night, the Miami Hurricanes were victorious. Therefore, the lessons we can learn from Coach Larinaga's coaching philosophy are simple. That when you incorporate members in your team, you should train them, prepare them, and equip them with all the tools necessary to succeed. But thereafter, trust them to make decisions to the best of their knowledge and ability and in the best interest of the organization. And my personal opinion is, as a leader, that should be your mantra. Strategy number 7. Leaders always build mechanisms for conflict resolution. Conflict resolution is a process by which two or more parties in conflict work toward a solution to the conflict or dispute. The goal here must be to produce an outcome that is beneficial to all concerned, including the organization. Strategy number 8. Celebrate with members when the team wins. Good leaders celebrate organizational successes with team members. Celebration goes beyond acknowledging an individual's performance. It is about reflecting on the hard work the team has done to get to where it is. It is about people feeling appreciated for their contributions. In a nutshell, it is a big thank you that makes everyone feel worthy of being who they are. Strategy number 9. Be a charismatic leader. A charismatic leader is someone who is outgoing, energetic, compelling, and has a likable personality that seems to naturally draw others toward them. His or her presence is felt wherever he or she goes. The leader with charisma has the ability to charm others. However, beyond being charismatic, as a leader, you must possess other qualities that will make you successful. Incidentally, some of these qualities are major chapters that I cover in my upcoming book. For example, the chapter on communication, the understanding that you must be an effective communicator in order to form a winning team. A charismatic leader is also someone who is persuasive in their attempt to sway others to their side. This too has been effectively covered in the chapter on persuasion. Confidence in what a charismatic leader says and does is also a quality the leader has to have in order for others to believe in and ultimately follow them. Finally, now this is important. As a charismatic leader, you must make time for periodic renewals. That is, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, you should periodically detach yourself from everyone for self-development, to work on your craft, improve your weaknesses while advancing your strengths. The point is, in order to build a winning team, you must infuse energy in the team, which naturally comes from recharging yourself through periodic renewals. Now, let me take a moment to remind you that the few strategies I've discussed here are simply the tip of the iceberg. I give many more vivid examples of how you can build a winning team in your organization. They're all in the book, Unlock Your Possibilities. I urge you to get a copy of the book when it comes out. Until next time, I'll see you again.